Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another stream. And nobody can hear you because I forgot to switch over the Discord audio. Son of a bitch. Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Yep. Today is just going to be a vibe day as I proceed to hatch some eggs and we will discuss about a semi-Pokemon related project.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that's the best way to describe it, probably.
Like, I'm not entirely sure if there is another way to describe it.
A Fakemon project.
Yes. So, as soon as the audio issues have been moved over.
Everything's fixed now.
Woo!
God damn it, I also... Bitch! Today's not my day. I was fucking fighting web fishing the entirety before the stream because I wanted to just play something nice in the background while we discuss this, so it wouldn't just be me sitting on a blank screen the entire time. But no,
I mean,
nice things can't happen apparently, as said by the Steam gods, who apparently are just suffering right now.
do we have a backup plan? Like, do you have something for your Switch? Because you could just put on, like, Scarlet and Violet or something.
Yeah, but I can't put it on the screen because I don't have my thing set up for that.
Okay.
But it's fine. I just forgot to put up my stream avatar, so everything's chill now.
Okay. Just we're already 5 minutes in and I'm already doing my job. Like, okay, what's plan B?
Let's play at 758. I don't know.
Well, it's better than playing 757, apparently.
Come on, 550. There you are, you beautiful bastard. Get out of here, ads. But yeah, we're just gonna be playing a bit of web fishing in the background while we discuss some of the things involving the Fakemon project that may or may not be happening. I don't know. I'm really dedicated to it, but it's also gonna be expensive as shit. So that's just gonna be
We're probably going to break it up into pieces and go from there.
Yeah, pretty much. But today's gonna be more so just discussing kind of the logistics of it, how big we want the Pokédex to be, stuff like that. If we want to consider making gym leaders, just kind of going down that rabbit hole today. That's where the brain wants to go today. So I'm just letting the brain lead me because I've learned not to fight my brain on streams like these. It never works well for me when I try.
All right, so
we are going to be putting at least some. Which, by the way, if you're wondering why there's no web fishing audio, the audio is being a bitch today, and it is crackly as all hell. So, like, I tried about everything I could think of. I looked it up. I cannot get the audio to cooperate, so we're just going to put on background music and hope that that will work.
So, in other words, we're just doing a don't worry about it, it's fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did I miss much?
No. We started up stream and I was just discussing about how I was fighting web fishing for the good portion of an hour.
Oh, wait, web fisting? I'm sorry, what?
Fishing.
Okay.
You hear what you want to hear, Coffee.
My guy.
No, I heard that on my end.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You hear what you want to hear.
Go there.
No, I mean, I heard that from my end.
Okay. So, anyway, our first topic of discussion should probably be the Pokédex size.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, because the smallest dex, at least for the canon games, is either Johto or Kalos with about 100 entries.
Yeah, I think I looked it up the other day to try to get ideas, and I think if I remember correctly, it was around 70 something that was the smallest dex.
Yeah, one of the generations is very small.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, we are considering base decks, not national decks.
Yeah, no. God, no. No.
Just
I know our friends have a lot of OCs. They don't have that many OCs. And
I mean,
Well, and
well, considering that this is going to be a group effort regardless, let's start small, and then if we need
yeah.
to expand, we can.
Yeah, we'll start the decks off small and expand as needed. Also, I'm trying to get the code so people in chat that come in can join if they want to. But I forgot how to do that.
And we're headed to our next raid den.
Like this maybe? I don't know if people can join if you're playing on a modded but fishing.
Maybe?
I have no idea, but I'll put the code in, and if people need the mod code, I can also put that in chat because it's just a thunderstorm mod. So
Yeah.
okay, there's lobby code. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I think like the lowest dex is around 70 something, and the highest is around like 115. I want to say
Highest is 151 at least, because that was the
151.
base
Oh
decks.
yeah, you're right. Definitely, probably not. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that high, maybe not that high. We'll see.
Well, like I said, we're going to start small,
Yeah.
and then if we need to expand things, we will. Now, I do think that we should at least try to finish our decks first before we start introducing things like gym leaders, Elite Four, possible champion.
Yeah.
So, I think that's going to be quote unquote phase 1.
Yeah, I think phase 1 is going to be just kind of figuring out the Pokédex, figuring out like who we want where, how many we want, stuff like that, and trying to balance out probably the number of types. I know we're getting an electric dragon pseudo legendary because god damn it, I want Arcadian as that pseudo legendary.
Go for it.
I need that in my life.
You're the lead on this project. I'm here to keep you on track.
Keep me from going off the deep end.
Exactly. I am here to put the rails in place if need be.
If I've gone too far.
Now, you might want to jot this down on like a Word document or something.
I'll open up a notepad. That'll probably be easier.
Yeah.
Since you still can send notepads through Discord and stuff like that if need be.
So then phase 2, that's when we start getting into gym leaders, Elite Four members. You are definitely going to design the champion because again, you are the lead on this project.
Yeah, I'll probably see about getting help from Anne, because I know Anne does really good art like that, so I'll probably see if I can get help from Anne with stuff like that in terms of designing gym leaders.
If anything, I can at least come up with a concept for a Pokemon professor. Again, this is still in phase 2.
Yeah.
And then, are we thinking phase 3? Or are we not thinking phase 3?
I'd probably say thinking phase 3 would be like going into more detail about like what kind of gyms would be run. Would there be specific towns themed off of specific things? Do we have a storyline in mind here, or are we just gonna keep with the gym leaders and leave it at that? Do we create an evil team? Stuff like that.
So, in other words, phase 3 is basically all of the other details.
Yeah, story based in minor details, and probably phase 4 would be anything involving like cleanup.
Phase 4 is effectively our packaging.
Yeah.
Like, what medium are we going to use to introduce this to the wider audience?
Yeah. How do we show this off? Do we want to do it in a YouTube video? Do we want to do it, like, set up a Pokédex or something? How do we go about showing this off? Kind of ordeal.
Well, yes, we're definitely going to put this on YouTube. It's just a case of how.
How?
Because that's going to take effort, that's going to take editing, that's going to take time.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, like I said, it's all about the packaging. And again, I'm just kind of here to make sure that we keep our expectations relatively reasonable.
Us? Reasonable? Yeah.
Eh.
Silver, one of us has to be the straight man here, and it's not gonna be you.
What?
Like
I
No,
can't
no,
believe
they've
you
got a
said
point.
something like that.
No, they got a point.
like I said, one of us has to be the straight man, and it's not gonna be you two, and I'm not even straight. I'm not.
They're not wrong.
None of us are straight.
Bold of you to assume that. So we've got our basic roadmap at this point.
Yeah.
Now, focusing on phase 1 specifically.
Everywhere is gay.
Afi, try to focus, please.
We're not gonna
No,
get
I'm
yet.
eating.
I said try. I didn't say succeed.
I'm glad you know me this well now.
So, smallest decks, is it Kalos, Johto, or Alola? Like,
Uh,
smallest base decks.
not
So
sure
I'm
off
only
the top of
asking to
my
figure out how small can we actually go.
X. No, that's not
And
uh
and this is not including national decks.
yeah.
So keep that in mind.
No, I don't want my national dex number. I just want to know the individual Pokédex. Why must you fight me on this?
I don't make the rules. I'm not trying to fight you.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. Thank you. Okay.
Skarax, welcome to the stream.
Okay, so the smallest number is 72 in X and Y, and the biggest number is 156 in black and white.
I didn't think Kalos was that small, but apparently.
Yeah. I think it's because they added so many older types of Pokemon and give them the fairy type rather than create new ones. That's probably why it's so small.
Yeah. Okay. So, with that in mind, I do think we should at least try to shoot for around 70. At least start with that.
Yeah.
And then depending on how many we have of each type, we can possibly add or at least deviate. Next question, because this is kind of a Pokedex related question. Is there going to be any sort of gimmick, like Dynamaxing, Mega Evolutions, possibly
I'm not.
Terrestrialization?
I would like to throw in a few megas because I do like megas. I'm obviously extremely biased, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there'd be a specific, like, special gimmick.
I wouldn't mind seeing some more convergent evolutions.
Definitely.
Like Toedscruel and Wugtrio. Like, we could do that with later gen Pokemon.
Yeah. We could do
So
that and
I
still
do.
save it around, like, friends and their creation stuff.
Yeah. We could do fusion as a gimmick. That might be like, here's what our evil team is doing type of deal.
Maybe.
But again, that's more of a phase 2 discussion, not phase
Yeah.
1. Do Here's our first egg upstream. It is a normal Cyndaquil.
Damn.
Ah. So trying to figure out where to go next with this.
Yeah.
Because it's if we're going to be doing an entire region, what exactly are we basing it on? Because that might give us a bit more of a design direction than anything else. If that makes sense. Like, are we going off of the US? Are we going off of the UK? Are we going off of any specific thing?
I think probably based mainly on the US, given that's where I live. But I also think there could be some like UK and other stuff thrown in as well.
Yeah, considering this is basically a team project.
Yeah.
Checking Michelle on Squirtle. That is a normal Squirtle. Because I'm also in the States. Coffee's in the UK.
Other friends are over in the UK area. Oh no!
Yeah, I say this now, Sarah.
Pedro. He's on the Fed. Pedro. Thank you for the Pedro Blitzy.
Yeah, to answer the question, Scarax, yes, we are effectively putting together our own Pokemon region. We're just trying to figure out the scale right now and kind of figuring out the details.
Yeah. I definitely know there's going to be a lot of clowns because, like, I'm friends with a lot of clowns, but also I have fallen in love with the idea of clown-based or circus-based Pokemon. So I know I want to add in a lot of circus-based Pokemon.
I can agree with you. My worry is that I don't want it to overwhelm, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it was definitely not overwhelmed, but just add in a couple.
I mean, we've already got the one that's based off of Tristan, which is...
Yeah.
He's cute. I like him.
I like him. He give you a big hug.
Yeah, unless you're trying to touch his nose, and then he proceeds to deck you in the face.
Also got a message from the cowboy.
Get different Kaiser!
Anyway. So we are going to predominantly base this in the U.S., considering that's where most of us are actually based out of. Is there any other, like, thing?
Not that I can really think, because again, most people, I mean, obviously there are a couple of people like Neon, Doodle, Honks, I believe. Maybe Honks, I'm not so sure. Pedro Fakemon, maybe, don't test me. I might.
Oh, I'm fully expecting a Pedro Fakemon at this point.
But I know some people live in Canada. I know a couple of people live in Canada, but again, mainly the two like major groups of people I know live in the UK, or not the UK, but Europe and America.
Yeah.
America.
Counterpoint to the ZA, it's not going to be South American. It's Hallow. Well, from what we know about it, we're technically going back to Kalos. I don't know if Lumios is going to be altered in some sort of way. Now, Generation 10 could absolutely go into South America, and I'm kind of hoping they do, but that's going to be later.
I'm really hopeful for next Pokemon Gen, because like this game isn't bad. It's just leveling up is a bit finicky if you don't know like where to go to level up.
Not really.
Well, it was for me. Because, like, I stopped playing the game forever because I just could not, like, level up easily. And I just didn't have the right Pokemon to take on others to get levels from fighting. So it was a struggle for a bit there to get to the point where I could actually progress in the game.
Fair point. Okay, but anyway, back to our main topic of discussion here. And yes, Skyrex, we were talking about Scarlet and Violet. Oh, and
really
of course
necessary?
I get stuck. What?
Coffee threw stuff at me.
Ah,
Listen, man, you gave me all these points. I'm gonna use them.
of course. So anyway, back to our main topic of discussion here.
Yeah.
For the convergent evolutions, how are we going to determine those?
I think it's gonna probably be a bit of a looking between, like, Pokemon we would want to make a convergent evolution for and seeing if we could combine it with something else we have to make that convergent evolution.
Like, is there anyone that comes to mind right now? Because I got nothing.
Not off the top of my head, no.
And Coffee, feel free to
Add any
say
input.
something.
Honestly, I'm eating and my brain is just going, nope, no brain cell.
No brain today, thank you. Goodbye.
I feel like Game Freak always gets to pick their favorites. Well, yeah, because they're the ones that are making the game. So there's going to be a little bit of bias there.
Yeah.
Now the question is, could we actually pull it off? Because I will admit, I would love to see like a convergent of a pseudo, like either, technically Gudra, but also Dragapult.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we could pull that off. Mainly because pseudo.
Let's see, how dare you? Let's see, said remember to add Charizard.
Again, national decks, we're not doing that.
Listen,
Charizard's had enough publicity.
The worst part about Charizard is that he sucks in his home region. He really does.
I fell in the water. Oh god! There's not a roof on this thing!
You expected there to be?
I still remember a lot of, like, when a lot of people were actually playing Pokemon, like the original Game Boy cartridges, a lot of them chose Charizard, and then I just came in with a Blastoise, like, yeah, you suck.
Get good.
Yeah. I will admit, my pick for Gen 1 is Squirtle. Mainly because I don't enjoy Charizard that much. Anyway.
I'll still question the middle evolutions of them, though.
It's one of those.
Like, at least Ivysaur kind of looks like what it became.
Yeah.
Wartortle was just weird.
So, back to the decks, because we kind of still need to talk about it. We want an Electric Dragon pseudo for sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that is like, yes, this should be in the decks?
In terms of, like, typing stuff, not off the top of my head. Again, just making sure to get in as many friends and OCs in the decks as possible, since that's what the inspiration for this entire thing is based off of.
Mm.
Hey, you won the jump catch minigame!
Hey, I actually won something. Cool.
Jump. And jump. Even though it doesn't really look like a jump because I'm a biped.
Don't worry about it.
Jump.
So,
It's just a skedaddle.
how many creators we may or may not have on this project, do we want to at least start with a one per person, or
I think we definitely start off with just doing creators and then slowly dip into OCs afterward.
You know what hasn't been done with other than one Pokemon?
But
Weather changes.
that is true.
you're
It's
right?
only been done with one Pokemon, and that's Castform.
And Castform, as cute as he is, he's just not.
Castform,
No,
my beloved.
He's squishy.
He's
he needs more
squishy,
love.
but he's so goddamn precious.
Which is, I feel like
Castform
that
just
could be something
needs
else that could
more
be worked
attention.
with.
Yeah.
Hey, convergent form of Castform.
Maybe.
And we do it more like either a weather drone or a weather balloon. Probably a drone, considering how many drones are actually used.
Yeah.
But still,
Plus a
ideas!
balloon Pokemon already existing.
His
Looking
shiny.
at you,
well,
Ghost-type Kidnapper.
well, it's not just the shiny forms, and Castform didn't even get shiny forms for its alternate weather forms until it came to home, which sucks.
Boy deserves it.
It just Castform in general needs more attention.
Yeah.
Like, regardless if the shiny form is garbage or not.
Plus,
But-
they only really covered like 3 weather forms. There's a lot more than just snow, rain, and hot.
I'm still waiting for a sand form, dang it.
Yeah. There's so much more you can do with cat. Like, I don't remember which Pokemon tuber has done it, but I know somebody. I want to say it's. I think Lachlan or something like that.
Because, like, just as an example, it has a rain form. What if it's like a storm rain, like a stormy rainstorm?
God, whenever
Like an
somebody says
actual
storm, I can only think
thunderstorm.
of. I can only think of fucking Zeus.
God damn it.
Goddamn
Oh,
Epic the
no,
musical.
I'm just saying, like some form of like electric type, like a change in cast form
And
would be
I
pretty
know
cool.
there was a creator who actually did like 18 different forms of cast.
Yeah. Again, I think it was Lachlan. It was
I think so. I don't remember, but I remember seeing somebody react to that video,
yeah.
mainly because it was a damn good video.
It is really good.
But I think we should try to at least emulate that, at least with Cowstorm's convergent
Yeah.
evolution on a smaller scale.
I definitely
Hi.
want to make sure we're careful about copying it because again, like it's hard because he nailed it. He honestly did.
Yeah, it's a case of we might need to put a disclaimer of, hey, we've seen this creator's work, we're not trying to copy it.
We're not trying to copy it. And like there's only because again, like he got all the weather types you could think of. He did an amazing job creating them. It's like it's hard to fight it.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
well,
you can put a disclaimer. I think usually they put a disclaimer saying any familiarities to already existing things is purely coincidental.
what we are definitely going to have to put that in.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, hey, there's a new arena.
in several places, we are definitely going to have to
Yeah.
put that in.
If you're out of Pokeball, you have to type in the specific ball that you want to catch with it.
Okay.
But you just do Poke Catch and then type in Great Ball, Ultra Ball, etc., etc.
Did it work? Did it do it?
We're
Yeah, it worked.
gonna find out.
Yeah, it worked. If it doesn't give you a message afterwards, then it did work. And if you want to buy more, just scroll down to the little panel and there should be a shop you can use to buy more Pokeballs.
Did it say how much money? Oh, there's my money.
I'm trying to think. Is there any? Well, aside from us getting at least the rough concept art stuff out
Yeah.
on stream, which when's the next one of that happening, by the way?
I'm not sure right now. It again with this project, I'll probably pay it a bit more by, hey, do I feel like doing this project today? Sure, let's do it. I've done it with a lot of other projects where like with my Pride Month art or with my art fight where I like, hey, you caught the Nidorino. But I'll try to keep up with it, and I slowly suffer burnout to the point where I don't want to do it even more, even though I do.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't want that to happen with this project, so I'd much rather play it by, hey, do I feel like doing this project today? Yeah, I feel like doing it today. Let's do it today. Kind of ordeal.
All right. All right.
One thing though that does need to be figured out is the starters.
How are you supposed to like level up these Pokemon from your bot?
You have to fight. There's a little tournament button, or there's the swords with a little battle button where you can do either stadium where you'll go against somebody random, or you can do private. But you first have to add a Pokemon onto a team. But you do basically by just clicking on them, then clicking the little swords next to them and putting them on the team.
Okay.
Sounds complicated.
But yeah, I think
So. Yeah, starters. I think we're going to do the standard fire, water, grass core because
yeah.
that's what you do. Question is, what hasn't been done?
Well, again, I did have an old concept for Hall of Fakemon from forever ago that was a fire grass starter based off of tiger lilies and how kind of flame chemicals can create different vibrant colors given that Paul is an artist.
Yeah. Here's my question. Does it start as fire grass or does it gain the fire typing later? Or
I had it somewhere. Hang on. Let me find my Google sheet cuz that's where I should be storing this information.
that would certainly help, yes. But the reason I ask is because if it starts as fire grass, we might not be able to use it unless we're doing a secondary typing for all of the starters. That would be
okay, yeah. It looks like I had it start as fire and then had it become fire grass.
You become crackly.
Huh?
You become a little crackly.
God damn it.
not a stream without scuff, ladies and gentlemen.
I have no way to fix it, which is the annoying part because this happened last stream too.
Like I said, it's not a stream without scuff.
Yep. What do you mean I can buy a punching glove?
Yes.
Why does my Beldum no steel wing?
Also, yes.
Sir, you are a Beldum. You should know nothing but takedown.
Huh? Okay, Coffee, what the hell are you doing? Did you manage to break something again?
No, I'm just using Silver's bot.
Oh. Hello, Pineco.
But I don't know if that's what we want to go with for star type.
We at least have a fire type concept.
Yeah.
And since it gains the grass typing later, I'm relatively okay with it. But I still think that if we're doing that, we should give the other two starters a similar type, so we still have a solid core, as it were.
Yeah.
I mean, the main example is Generation 4. Like, they did grass, fire, water, and then they did steel, ground, and fighting, which are still... The second part of it's not a perfect core, mind you, but it's still a solid
Yeah.
foundation to take inspiration from.
Yeah. I think for now we keep the Pokemon for Paula in as a stand-in for the fire starter, and if we like find a character or find somebody who like would fit better, then we
Yeah.
can work around and replace it.
Okay. Which, that actually leads me into my next question. Which creators were you thinking about using? Specifically creators.
Well, I guess I should specify even further on that. Specifically, creators that we are like friends with.
Yeah. Like I said.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Because it
interrupt you
is
there.
one of those cases of how many creators are we actually going to pull from, and how many are, well, how many quote unquote slots do they have effectively? Because as of right now, Paula's already got one.
Yeah. Well, I know I want to get as many creator friends in as possible. So obviously, there's gonna be you, Coffee, Darkest, etc., on that end. I know I want to get the KMS team in on this. So people like Anne, Kruger, Galvin, Ninja, people like that. I'd like to get the P-Shot people as well. So Paula, Kaiser, Hawker, Kitty. And again, obviously, I want to get some of my clown friends out of this. So Blitzy, Tristan, Bippo, Honks. And then obviously there's Neon and Doodle, who I'd also like to get in.
Yeah, that's, well, I don't want to say that's about 15 people, but with the groups you listed, with about 5 people per group, that's about 15 to 20 people.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, how many quote unquote slots do we want to give people?
I've made a couple concepts in the past for some Fakemon for some of these people. I made obviously we have the darkest Fakemon that was actually created. We have the Tristan one as well, and we started concepts for the Ninja one. I believe I gave Anne a 2-stage originally. I know Death was a 1-stage. I never fully finished the concept for Coffee. I started on a concept for Kaiser, which I believe was a 3-stage. I'm trying to remember. I know I didn't come up with a concept. Or I think the concept for Kruger was discussed, which was also going to be a 2-stage, given Anne was a 2-stage.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say roughly, given these people, maybe trying to do math math, not my strong suit. Probably 40 to 50. Again, roughly, because obviously I don't know definitely like how many people are going to be 1-stage, how many are 3, how many are 2, so on and so forth.
Because
I mean, as we go through them, you could probably make like notes down on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've actually got a concept for a grass starter that we could do with the armadillo crossed with the puffball mushroom. That could easily be like a 3-stage starter type.
Yeah.
3-stage grass starter. And then if you want to go off of if you want to do one based off of the little avatar that people are currently seeing. I know that's at least 2 for me.
Yeah.
So
I know I want to try to get in the Samuel Fakemon I did, which is 3-stage, but I'm also not sure about it given the fact that it was intended to be made to be a pseudo-legendary because of the narrative siblings being gods. So that one I'm still debating on actually adding because I'm really proud of the concept and I really like it, but would it work in this context is the question.
it's also a case of let's try to get the creator
Yeah.
mons done first
Yeah,
before we
get the
start getting into
creators and then start
the
looking
OCs.
into, yeah. Again, I know the one OC I just really want to have is Arcadian because big bias on we need more Electric Dragon types.
I'm completely with you. It's a unique pseudotyping, technically. So yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. And considering we do have 18 types to work with.
Yeah.
Oh, I should. There's the neck pillow. Hang on. I need to achieve full cozy.
Must enter
There we
full
go.
cozy mode.
Yep.
Sam is the epitome of cozy.
I mean, I've got a blanket. I've got a neck pillow, so I don't hurt my neck.
Oh no, I'm just saying that from the point of view that it's your thing at this point.
Yes.
I know
Yes.
I know another thing I want to. This is at like the bottom of the list of like wants for this, but something I want to at least try is to
Mhm.
make it as balanced in typings as possible in the sense of like not having 52 water
boy.
typings versus like 4
Hey, you got
electric
heat.
types.
I completely understand. The issue is that we've got 18 types to work with.
Yeah, again, that's at like the bottom of the list of like wants where like if we can manage it, awesome. If we don't, that's fine.
Hang on, I'm gonna do math really quick. Because if we say do 5 Pokemon per type, and there are 18 types, not counting dual types, that's 90 Pokemon total.
Yeah.
Is it?
So,
I know this is probably me being biased, but is it bad that I kind of want to see a regional Mudkip, like a different regional Mudkip?
I wouldn't say bias, however, I don't think we should give regional variants to starters.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get that. I'm just saying, like from the point of view of like, is it bad? I want to see what a mudfish looks like in a different place.
No. No, it's it's not bad at all. I don't think we're the ones to do it, though.
Yeah.
I am the regional Mudkip.
Yes, yes, you are. So I think we actually have a tangible target to shoot for.
Yeah.
At least if we want to go for quote unquote, well, I say quote unquote, but if we're going for balance, let's try to shoot for 5 Pokemon per type.
Yeah.
And then if we need to add dual types, we can add dual types.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because a
and
lot of
again,
3-stage
that's
ones, they'll usually take on like a second type, either in the second or third iteration of their evolutions.
Yeah, and it really depends on a number of things.
yeah, and again, it's like I'm not like hard set we have to do that. That's just a hey, this would be neat if we could do. Also, there's a rock
Yeah.
buff.
Yep, and
Ow.
it's a case of I'm being the quote unquote realist. Okay,
Yeah.
I see what you want to do. Here's a reasonable way that we can do it.
Here's a reason. Here's a path to try to achieve that.
Exactly. Which again, I'm doing my job.
Exactly. You're the one to just you're the one to reel me back in.
Okay. So stepping into phase 2 because phase 1's going to take a while.
Yeah.
But let's be realistic here. If we're going off of the case of do I actually want to do this or not, it's going to be a while before we
Yeah.
actually, get any
Even
tangible
if
progress.
we did this like solid every single week, we worked on designing Fakemon and saving up money, it would still take us like a good couple of years for this to get anywhere close to done.
Exactly. Who do we exactly want as a gym leader, and who do we want as an Elite Four member? Because you, my feline friend, are the champion. Like that is, we are not going to contest that.
How did no
Aww.
one catch that?
Apparently, we both sucked.
We suck.
Well,
But
it's a case of you guys. I don't particularly care, so here we are.
when it comes to gym leaders and like all that, I think it's gonna more be a case of inspired off of somebody, but not directly based off of like their persona or who they are. Like,
Because again, I've got a couple ideas for.
This is a thought, but like, what if like someone kind of like Wolfie was a gym leader? Can you imagine how chaotic that would be?
that's what I mean, though. Like, taking the
Yeah,
idea of somebody and making it its own character kind of ordeal. Like,
Yeah.
taking Wolfie's chaos and like, how can we mold that into a different character for Pokemon?
because I mean, I've gotten an idea for a quote unquote grass type gym leader.
Yeah.
Granted, they wouldn't be using the grass starter, so we would have to have at least a
Well,
couple
again,
other options.
we have Coffee, who so far is said to be a grass electric type because of coffee beans.
So yeah, that would definitely be a option for the gym leader
Yeah.
to have.
I think the only grass electric type currently is Voltorb and
Pursuing
Electrode.
Voltorb and
Yeah.
Electrode, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
something I might want to do in terms of like gym leaders
Oh.
for this would be basing them off of different creative hobbies.
So one person is sports, one person's a bookworm.
Yeah, somebody does puppetry, somebody does art, gaming, stuff.
So- something like that.
Yeah, different aspects of a creative hobby that people do.
Which means we would have an electric type gym leader. That would be awesome.
Does a hermit
Exactly.
living under a rock count?
that is not a hobby, Coffee. That's a lifestyle. Thank you.
Well,
Coffee. I say that in the sense of it's a lifestyle we both have. Let's be real here.
yeah, you're not the only one.
Well, listen, man. I stay away from politics. I stay away from the news. I'm pretty much stay away from anything that is real world. I like my bubble. Thank you.
We are Patrick.
Well, it's not so much we live under a rock. It's a case of we don't necessarily like talking to people about it. So
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
just shorten it. People. Don't like people. Go away, people. We're not people. We're different. No, what? I'm just saying, man. There's people, and then there's people. You know?
No. You're going to need to elaborate. No, I don't know.
It's like
That
you
was
get
my
what I'm
elaboration.
saying? No.
Silver, you get it, right?
Sure.
There's us people, and then there's them people.
Again,
I think we're the them people.
That doesn't narrow it down.
Basically, we're the bubble. Everything out the bubble. Those people. Leave them there.
We can bring in a few. It's just that they're here to visit, not to stick around.
They can visit as long as they bring snacks. I'm kidding. But snacks are good.
Snacks are certainly an option. Anyway,
Add that to the
so
tangents counter.
I think
yeah,
that needs to go up another 100, man.
Probably.
so we've got our concepts for the gym leaders, which is a
Yeah.
very fun concept actually. Um, the Elite Four.
The Elite Four, I'm not so sure on.
Well, it's a case of you could kind of be the jerk route and do the quote unquote four closest people to you.
I ain't going down that path, man.
I was gonna say if
Yeah.
that was the case, I think in that case I might be one of the toughest Elite Fours.
Yeah, which could be fun.
I think, actually,
Just an electric grass hermit staring you down like you disturbed my afternoon coffee. How dare you?
actually, that does kind of give me an idea.
I don't like you. You need to go now.
Because
Damn tea drinker.
for the Silver Stream Awards, I've done different categories, basically like for different groups of friends. For friends who are really close, for me, the family category. For friends who I'm still new with and still like getting used to. I have my friends category. I have the circus category for my clown friends. So like instead of choosing just one person, maybe taking aspects from like different people who I consider part of those different groups and making one person out of that.
Also, you gotta also remember, I don't know if you'd want to do this kind of concept, but like I know that in some regions they also did the battle tent. So if you wanted to like use the clown stuff in the battle tent and have it as like a big top battle tent, that could work.
Dude, our version of the Battle Frontier is just the Battle Circus.
Yes. I actually love that so much. Oh my god.
Write that down. Write that down.
You genius.
Write that down. Write that down.
Write
Where's my
that down.
notepad? Where's my notepad?
Get your notepad. We can't forget that.
Coffee, you genius.
I was just thinking like battle tent. Wait a minute. The big top's a tent.
insert loud vibe boom of idea happening.
Which means we're gonna.
I can't. I don't have nitro.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a case of, for at least the quote unquote Battle Circus, somebody's gonna have to be the ringmaster, and then you can take other aspects of the circus, and boom, there you go. There's your concept.
I don't have the Vine but I got this.
That works.
That works. Granted, I think once we enter quote unquote phase 2, that's probably going to be like the starting point, because that is the most well thought out that we have so far.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a rude way. It's just
No. You're just straight up right. That's like that's the most fleshed out idea we've had so far.
Exactly.
All it took was one circus. One digital circus to rule them all.
Battle circus, battle circus, battle.
I was going to say any correlation to the TV show, YouTube show is purely coincidental. Oh.
Hey,
And
caught a
you've got
toad.
an egg. Come on. Please be shiny.
Come
Like,
on,
I think
several boxes.
it would still like act as a circus, so like they'd still do circus shows.
Yeah.
But I feel like they'd have to do the battles in a slightly different way than just normal battles.
Yeah, like, well, you've got the quote unquote singles, doubles, stuff like that. And
Well,
then
I mean things like you could use like the balls they roll around on, you can use the trapeze, you can use the safety net. So like but they could basically use everything that the circus use, but they can use it to their advantage.
Well, hold on, because the Battle Frontier, every quote unquote building has a certain gimmick.
Yeah.
Basically. So we're going to have to figure out what those gimmicks are.
Yeah. But they can be
I
based
do
off
like
of
the idea. Sorry.
I'm just gonna say they can be based off of like the different types of kind of things you imagine, like the different types of performances you think of when you go to the circus.
Right. I do think that we should have a quote unquote backstage section where you use rental Pokemon instead of your own team.
That
Huh.
could prove interesting.
Because you can't necessarily have it quote unquote out in the open.
Either
If
that
that
or
makes sense.
a potluck kind of thing, like where both teams have like a what they call them. Are they called gacha machines? The ones where you turn the knob and it gives you like a little ball.
Oh, like
Yeah,
kind of
it's
like
not
what they use for bingo.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
having one
it's
of those,
not
but like having both
right.
sides, like having both sides get a random Pokemon, so they don't know what it is until they throw it.
That's certainly a aspect. I would do that more as a quote unquote roulette style wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But
These are
yeah,
all
the
good
fact that we
concepts.
actually have this concept to begin with, which I hope you wrote this down.
I made sure. I made sure to write it down.
Yeah, he wrote that down. He wrote that down.
Thank you. And then of course we've got Champion Silver at the top.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna add to the tangent counter.
This
Just gonna add another 100. It's fine.
is fine.
Let's be honest. We don't really count single numbers anymore. We got in the hundreds.
Not in the tangent counter at least, because we forget we had a tangent before the next
Yeah.
time.
We remember we have a goddammit counter. we don't remember.
Yes.
We don't remember the tangent counter.
Well, that's because the
Unfortunately.
goddammits we only count once a day.
Oh, right. In this case, once a stream.
Yeah, once a stream or once a recording.
Yep.
Also, is that a mushroom on the diving board?
Yes, that's a mushroom on the diving board.
Probably.
Do you,
Oh god,
do
I'm
you
through
just
the
sit on the
wall!
mushroom? Oh god. Do you just like sit on the mushroom or something?
I'll show you what the mushroom does. Oh wait, hang on, asteroid! Yo!
Mm,
Get that asteroid. I need it. I need it for my collection.
Get him.
well, I'm happy I'm just hatching eggs and doing this quote unquote outbreak at the same time.
I got an unidentified fish object. What the fuck?
Ah. It's an unidentified fish object. What do you want from me?
But let me show you what the mushroom does. Whee!
Yeah, I assume it's a.
I'm waiting for it to
Spring.
catch up so I can see what it does. Oh, it makes you bounce.
Okay. So, with our quote unquote post game area almost done in concept, where the hell do we want to go next?
Sinnoh?
No.
Okay.
Well, since I know Silver likes it as well, what about Unova?
We're talking in terms of where should we go next in like concept building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, Rookity. But in terms of sorry, I'm stuffy. In terms of concepts,
Herm.
I'm trying to think because like I guess a big question is are we gonna try to go for more than just like typing when it comes to gym leaders? Like, are we gonna have them specifically stick to their type? or bring in some other Pokemon that still fit with what the gym theme is, but still have them mainly be a certain type.
Honestly, I would say just focus on a theme and then have at least half the team be of that specific type.
Yeah, because like I've said this before and I'll say it again. I hate that gym leaders are so constricted to just typing. Because I feel like you could do so much more if you gave a gym leader a theme to stick to.
Which that's what we're doing. We're
Yeah.
giving them options.
Just as a thought, I know this one is like a spitball idea in my head. What if you had a gym that was similar to a scavenger hunt? Where you had to like follow clues to find the gym leader.
Um Several gyms have actually done a similar concept. Not necessarily a scavenger hunt, but more of a, I want to say a hide and seek.
Yay, I got $25 for spending or spending 75. That was a $50 net loss.
I mean, it's still a rebate.
But yeah, you could always do something like you walk in, you have to like solve a riddle to find the right way.
Again,
Maybe.
that has been done before. In Diamond Pearl Platinum, no less. Or at least in Diamond and Pearl, the Eterna Gym kind of gets revamped in Platinum.
Yeah.
There we go. We got an egg.
I think if we did do something like kind of a riddle based gym, it'd probably be for like the writer of the gym leaders.
And I'm expecting a psychic type.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm expecting several psychic types if we are predominantly focusing on riddles.
Yeah. So I think like part because like we're gonna do the classic 8 gym leaders, right?
Yeah, I do like the concept of being able to take on the gyms in any order.
Yeah,
And
me
like
too.
we actually like scale the teams.
Yeah.
So that way you can take them on in any order and still have a decent challenge.
Yeah, I like that idea
Looking
a
at you,
lot too.
Paldea, you don't necessarily do that very well. They don't. It's a case of that.
You can take any gym on, in quotation
Yeah,
marks.
it's a case of there's a very it's very clear that they thought that you would take it on a certain way.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that we don't try to limit ourselves and we come up with at least quote unquote Pokemon that we would have and then scale them appropriately.
Yeah. But we scaled them based off of like the person's level or based off like the order they took it in. So like they'd be roughly around all the gyms would be roughly around the same level. If you had no badges, if you had one badge, so on and so forth.
Yeah, so if you well, you pick a gym, go after it, you get the badge, perfectly fine. The next gym will act as you've already gotten one badge, so we can jump the
Yeah.
difficulty a little bit.
Well, you could have like a gym that can only open with a certain badge.
Maybe.
I also what was I gonna say? I forgot.
No, not the Forgore.
Like if we have certain gyms open up when you have a certain badge, that kind of takes away the ability to take them on in any order.
Yeah. I think I like the idea
Because
of
it's a case
any
of
order more.
yeah, that it does impose an order if you lock them behind a certain badge
Yeah.
requirement. And again, I know that this is phase 2, but what types do we actually want to use for the gyms? Because we're only using 8.
Yeah.
The Elite Four, that's 12. So there are going to be 6 types that are not necessarily accounted for in that quote unquote roster.
Yeah.
Well, depending on if you want to go with how Pokemon usually appear in the first routes, is usually like a normal or flying type. You could go with something that can at least work with those two, or maybe with bug types.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I know it's usually like normal flying.
But I think
Bug.
probably first we should figure out all the different hobbies we want, because then it will be kind of easier to narrow down, like, this type works better for this hobby concept, or this works for this better.
Yeah. So, sports is definitely more along the lines of fighting.
Yeah.
In general. Theater, I would say that's fairy.
So we know we
Writing,
want
well,
writing, or I'm just making sure I write this down. Sports. I know I definitely want to get obviously art based art, like art as a whole in there.
I don't know what we would do for a type for that one though. Cause that could be a lot of things.
Yeah. Again, I want that in there, but we can probably do that last so we can kind of narrow down the typings.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to workshop that one the most.
Yeah. But I just feel like given not only me, but just how many of our friends are artistic people, that just has to be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So writing can either be psychic or ghost.
Yeah.
I'd say psychic for that
I was
one.
gonna say I'm leaning more psychic.
If we're gonna do a gamer or a streamer, we're gonna do something more along the lines of electric, because it makes
Yeah.
sense to do that.
So I don't. That's a bit questionable given Paldea.
Hmm?
Because isn't their electric gym leader or streamer?
Yes, and she is electric type.
Also, I am gonna
I
be
don't know.
right back. I'm gonna deal with
We'll
my.
workshop that one.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna
I
go deal
think
with my
we.
playing cup.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we might have to workshop that.
Yeah.
If we want to do a quote unquote workaholic, that might be Steel,
I don't know if I
depending
want
on
to go
if
the
they are.
workaholic route because again, I want these to be creative hobbies.
True.
I think I do want to do one though, voice related, either with voice acting or with music.
Oh gosh, would that be normal then? Because there isn't a lot of like sound.
Yeah, I think probably normal given the amount of sound based moves there are for normal types.
Well, granted, we could also include something like Textricity and Noivern.
Yeah. But I think just for base, we keep it as normal. And again, we can play around with this.
Yeah.
This is just the concept of like roughly what types and what activities do we want.
If we're gonna do an outdoorsman, that's definitely gonna be ground.
Yeah.
Ground rock or grass.
I think we go maybe I know it's cliche, but I think we go maybe gardener if we're gonna do a grass gym.
Mm-hmm. Or at least not necessarily gardener, but botanist.
Yeah. So how many is that? That's 6, 7. So one more. So right now I have written down writing, sports, theater, art, streaming, music, and gardening. So what's one more hobby that
If we want to do like water sports, so swimming, skiing,
Hang on, I'm gonna look up a list of hobbies just to look through it.
Yeah.
Yes. I love the hobby learning.
That being a scholar is technically a hobby.
I know, but I love how it doesn't even say scholar, just says learning.
And I'm saying they're not exactly wrong, but it's also not what we're looking for.
Not exactly what I'm
Also,
looking
the
for.
Palmont is tiny.
Aww.
Look at him! He is small, and he's going to have a very bad day.
I'm about to make it everyone's problem.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that paralysis doesn't come back to bite me.
Okay. Sorry, I had to focus up and catch that real quick. There
Yeah.
is handcrafting, like pottery and stuff.
Pottery would definitely be more of a ground, I would think.
Yeah.
Because you're actively dealing with clay, which is literally, part of the earth.
Here's a hobby master list from Reddit. Let's look at what we got here. So we got 3D printing, functional print, 3D. So 3D printing. What the? Oh, yoga, acting, which we already got with theater. Aerospace.
Yeah. Rockets.
Okay. We got animation, which is under the I hit my mic. Sorry. We got animation, which is under the R. We've got ant keeping.
Yeah.
Aquascape? Is that just okay? Yeah, that's aquariums, tanks, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, just gonna do a heal cheer because this paralysis and confusion are not fun.
Car racing, biking,
Hello, Doug.
backpacking, baking, ballet dancing, baseball. They're going wild. Boxing, beekeeping, beer tasting, biology,
I
bird
mean, we
watching.
could do like cooking in general. So like,
Maybe.
either a fire type.
Yeah, I think I like that list because again, all of those feel like really good. Because obviously, there's a lot of hobbies you can do. Like we aren't gonna be able to fit every. Even if we condense it and smash stuff together, we still aren't gonna be able to hit every type of hobby that's out there. But I think
there's a lot.
I think these encompass a lot of the stuff that not only we do, but a lot of our friends do. Because again, we got artists, we got writers, we got voice actors and musicians, we've got people who do gardening, we got streamers, we got people who have done theater, and we got baking. Like, I think that gets the majority of the stuff that some of our friends do and mashes it together about as good as we're gonna get it. So yeah, I think this is a good list to work with. So right now I have written down for writing psychic, sports fighting, theater fairy, voice acting / music normal, gardener / botanist, grass, and baking fire. So that leaves us with art and streamer to try to come up with types for.
Streamer, honestly, it would for me, the two types that I can easily narrow it down to are electric and steel.
Yeah. Which, again, the electric works so good, but it works too good that it's already been done.
Yeah, it's already been done, so we're gonna have to do steel, and we're going to have to stretch it.
Yeah. Again, worst case scenario, we can replace streamer with another hobby if we need to, if it's just we can't get it to work. And that leaves art.
Oh, gosh, that could be so many different types.
Yeah. Again, art is so broad. What do you mean stellar? What do you mean stellar?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, Trasselize. Okay.
There's a reason stellar doesn't necessarily work.
No, I was just
There's
looking up the
no.
types to see it. I saw stellar. I was like, what the fuck is stellar?
Uh huh. We're not gonna touch stellar.
No.
It's one of those cases of it. It works in the context of Generation 9. It does not work in the context here,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Also, I will be right back. I gotta go bring in a box real quick. All right, I'm back.
I'm back in
Welcome up.
front.
God damn it.
I've heard that joke so many times, Noah. I don't need to hear it again.
Am I think disconnect? Why are you
Who
like?
do you think started this
Exactly.
trend?
There we go.
I am the OG.
I am God.
No.
No,
you're
I
not.
didn't say that. Just the OG.
No, not that one.
I don't want that kind of responsibility.
No.
I love how the other two in this call just didn't know.
No,
No,
not
no.
that.
Bro, if I'm a god, can you imagine how terrifying that would be?
Be
I'm
afraid.
already chaotic enough. Imagine giving me like celestial powers on
My
top of that.
guy, if you were a god, why are you here? Anyway, moving on. Moving on.
I'm here to tell you, don't do drugs.
I need to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
No.
Bro, if I was a god doing that, I'd be questioning why it became a god in the first place.
Who let this man be a god?
Oh god.
Anyway. Anyway.
Anyway.
So, I'm thinking we peg the general art hobby as normal, at least
Okay.
for right now. And then if we need to change it, we can.
Well, what about the music and voice-based stuff?
Like, again, we're probably going to have to change it, so we might be pegging them as normal.
We'll just leave. I think we just leave the voice, both the art and voice acting as normal and leave them in for now, and then come back to it.
Mm-hmm. Well, considering that we've been live for an hour and 20 minutes, I would say that this conversation has been productive.
Hell yeah.
Now, here's my question. What's next?
I think next, probably. Sorry, I caught it. I just had to stare at my screen in disbelief for a second because I caught a fucking plastic bag.
I mean,
Congratulations, you caught water pollution.
Yeah, because we
Yay!
caught water pollution. Yay! And by yay, we mean boo. No.
Boo.
Boo.
Just as a fun fact, did you know that, like, whilst we were having the COVID isolation, the populations of some sea turtles that nest on beaches actually went way up because there was no humans interfering with their habitat?
Yeah. It's great.
Whee!
Add that to the tangent counter. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
No.
But going over to the Elite Four for a second.
Yeah. I think we should try to make them more of a balanced team since we don't have type specialties for the gym leaders.
Yeah.
I don't think we should have them for the Elite Four either.
Yeah.
Simply because that's what makes sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense to, like, go fully whatever on the gym leaders and then just all of a sudden.
So what's Silver's traumatizing champion team gonna be?
I don't know, we'll get there when we get there.
He's going to have the pseudo for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Required by law.
Well, all of the champions have at least one pseudo.
Yeah.
Whether or not
Okay,
it's
but
that
let's be honest. Only one of them has caused major trauma to an entire generation of children.
Yeah.
I completely understand that.
I'm in the
I'm
wall
just saying
again!
Oh god.
Now I'm just saying if it's his ace or not is a completely different story.
Yeah. But looking into the Elite Four.
If we're not doing a type specialty, I do think that once we actually get our decks completed, we're gonna have to go through and do the okay. What are the stronger Pokemon of this dex, and can we actually create teams without overlap
Yeah.
for this group of four? Because I don't want to give them the pseudo necessarily because the champion has the pseudo.
Yeah.
So, in order for us to quote unquote keep it fair, we're going to have to kind of do a deep dive on the decks.
Yeah, so I think that's gonna be much later down the road kind of ordeal.
Yep. So, you know what would be kind of cool? If Champion Silver took the quote unquote Leon approach and picked the starter that you did not pick, that was quote unquote weaker to yours.
Yeah.
Well, depending on how the quote unquote story goes, it could be weaker, it could be stronger to you, regardless.
But yeah, I think having it be that they choose the other one as the starter that you or your rival does not choose works. Which, by the way,
Yeah.
that brings up the question of rival. What the hell are we gonna do there?
When it comes to the team, I think that's definitely going to be more of a story based decision.
Yeah.
I kind of like the fact that the rival, well, honestly, it could be either way. Because if you've played a Pokemon game long enough, you know how to take out your rival's team regardless of if the starter is weak to yours or not.
Yeah.
So honestly, we could do either. And I will say this, I kind of hope that our rival's a little bit of a jerk.
Yeah.
Like, it's supposed to be a friendly competition, so if you get into a bind with the evil team, they are supposed to they will help you. But outside of that, it's a case of no, I'm here to quote unquote beat you. I'm going
Yeah.
to give you an actual challenge.
Like, I do love the friendly rival trope for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it'd also
Or,
be nice to have a rival that just does not like you, but also is like, I'm not gonna let you die, man.
They tolerate
it,
you.
it's a case of I don't have to like you, but I respect you for what you're doing.
Yeah.
I
And
respect you
because
because
I
you've kicked my
respect you,
ass.
I'm going to help you.
I respect you because you've kicked my ass.
Exactly.
Basically, yeah.
Hey, I fell in the
Nope.
water.
That's a normal Squirtle.
So your dog's going nuts.
I was going to say they are very excited today.
I think they're going crazy because Dad's outside shoveling right now.
Ah, okay.
Oh, and they're doing the who man is outside. We want to go outside.
Yeah. They're like, why is he outside? Why are we outside? What's going on?
I'm guessing you've had like a decent amount of snow over there.
Yeah, we got a big bit of snow last night.
Oh damn.
Oh, nice.
Can I have some?
Sure, if you can come get it.
Sir, I would love to give the quote unquote lake effect snow to you, but yeah, I can't within good reason.
Like the best amount of snow that we've had this year was like an overnight blizzard, and it was gone by the end of the next day.
Uh huh. And you were quite salty about that, actually.
Yes, I was. Like I live in a place where, like the next town over has hills, so if it does snow, a lot of the snow's gonna get caught by those hills first. So we just kind of
Yeah.
get whatever snow drifts over to our town. Um, so you usually have to take like quite a lot of snow to get to here because
Mm-hmm.
we're like right in the middle of a landmass where I am. Um, so like, because we're also a lot further down than you guys are to the equator, it's a bit warmer here. So you guys are gonna get a lot more like Arctic winds and colder winds up there. So you're gonna get a lot more snow.
Yep.
Yo.
Vincent, buddy, I need you to confirm. Thank you.
Confirm what? Huh?
I'm stepping into a terror raid. I need everybody to lock in.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay. I was like, confirm what?
Brr.
Oh, it was a cranny dose.
Fossily boy.
Yassles.
Fiassels.
Side note: are we actually doing fossils for ours or no?
I'd like to, because I do like fossils.
Yes, fossils are awesome, and yeah,
Can we please not make them mishmash?
I will admit the only time that I did not like the fossils was Generation 8.
I can't agree to not make the mismatch, but I still want it on record that I love those guys because they are goofy as shit.
Like, I don't mind what they look like, but I have a feeling they're just in constant pain.
They probably are.
Yes, they are. Because I mean, your area, Silver, specifically, I think has some very cool fossils that we could actually like use
Yeah.
as inspiration.
Mm.
So it's like, are we actually doing fossils this gen? If so, what?
I think it's gonna have to be, we're gonna have to look into some of the fossils around here.
Or at least in our areas to see what we could draw from.
Yeah. Because, like, we can do different fossils. Like, we can do some different fossils from different places.
Yeah. And I will say this, it is not going to be rock and something else. It is going to be the something else and then maybe rock type, depending on what the being actually is.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that now.
No, I agree.
Yay! I am getting some herba. This is good.
Hell
This
yeah.
is very good. Considering sandwiches are, ugh. Like, I do like the idea of making sandwiches, and that kind of can attract Pokemon. But at the same time, it's just like I miss the curry days.
The curries.
I miss the curry days of Generation 8. And you can actually shiny hunt via curry, so
Yeah.
which I'm eventually going to do that. I need to set up a roulette with the Gen 8 starters. Like all three of them just to make sure it's fair.
Jesus Christ, I'm finding so many coin bags while I'm fishing.
Hello, Doug. So do we have any other things that we can talk about with this project
That don't have to wait until we finish other things first.
yeah, because the biggest hurdle right now is going to be that Dex.
Yeah. Which is why it's phase 1. We can probably discuss, like, what we want to do in terms of, like, do we want to do badges or do we want to do some other concept of, like,
Well, I kind of want to do badges, but at the same time, I don't because it's based off of hobbies.
I think something that would maybe, I don't know, like, because I like the idea. I like the idea behind badges, but I don't. Again, because it's based off
Yeah,
of hobby.
yeah. Considering what we're basing the gym leaders off of, I think like as weird as it is to say, a freaking sticker book would actually work out really well.
Yeah. I think probably a sticker book, like, with designs with like stickers that look similar to what you would imagine a gym badge would look like, but it's stickers instead of
Yeah, and then depending on if you like rematch the gym leader or quote unquote leader a certain number of times, each time you get a different sticker.
Yeah. Also, Coffee, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I'm just looking up fossils what can be found in the UK.
Okay, I was just like, I saw your mic lighting up, but no noise coming out. I was like, uh-oh.
But yeah, like, as dumb as the concept seems to be, a sticker book actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And then it actually gives you a reason to go back and just rematch the gym leaders, too.
Yeah, to slowly fill up your sticker book.
Now, granted, every time that you rematch the gym leader, their team is going to change. Their levels are going to change.
Yeah.
So, the plan is to make you work for it.
Yeah, no, definitely you gotta work for your stickers. Gotta write that down real quick.
Capsicum. You are not a shiny Capsicum, so I don't need to capture you.
Chinese, I feel like it's gonna be fun coming up with, because
The idea of just alternative color palettes for our favorite mons of this quote unquote region is gonna be awesome.
is going to be. Love it.
Though I will stipulate that all of them should at least be noticeable in some capacity.
Oh, absolutely. I think we're all in agreement there that we're gonna make sure these shinies are good and noticeable.
I'm sorry, but we don't need another Gengar or Garchomp.
Please no. Fair, my boy.
No, we're not doing that. Subtlety, I can agree with, but we actually have to make the differences noticeable.
Yeah.
By the looks of it, like the three main ones that I've found that are over here in the UK for fossils
Mhm.
are ammonites, which are pretty much it's ammonite.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trilobites, which are kabuto, and coral.
Coral could be cool.
Yeah. We could come up with a different thing from Corsola.
I wouldn't necessarily say Corsola, but hey, that's a grass type. That's a grass water type.
Hey.
Because you gotta also remember, like, the waters of Europe back when these guys were around was, like, a lot more tropical.
Yeah.
So, like, the tectonic plates would have been in a different spot from where we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see what's around for my area.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to.
I'm wondering if we
Uh,
I've
want
other,
to
got my
make.
phone on me, so
I'm wondering if we,
I mean,
given the fact that it's kind of gonna, because obviously it's, or just words, if it's gonna kind of be a mix of like different aspects of like the US, the UK, and a bit of Canada, if we want to try to like have three different fossils or just two.
mm,
a few other ones that said, like, more recent ones have been fossilized shark teeth.
Shark bait. Ooh ha ha.
ooh, we could do like a. I don't want to say we could do a convergent form of Sharpedo, but still.
Yeah.
We could make something bigger than a Sharpedo, because remember, Sharpedo is a more modern shark.
Oh, we could do a Megalodon.
Yeah, because sharks back then, there's several different kinds, but a lot of them are under the category of Megalodon, because Megalodon is a category of shark over a certain size.
That actually
Silver, we have a
raises.
concept. We've got a concept. Write it down.
Uh,
Me- meg. Megalodon.
But that actually raises another extremely important question that we haven't answered yet. What are we gonna do for the legendaries?
I don't know. What was the case of? I think we should at least have 3 legendaries,
Yeah.
so that way we have at least a trio of something. And then how many mythicals do we want to add on
Oh
top of
god!
that?
I just lost myself into the sea.
Oh no.
Oh no. Did you mushroom? You did
I
mushroom.
mushroomed, but I mushroomed way too hard.
You mushroomed too close to the sun.
This is why I keep telling you, you gotta stop the mushrooms, man.
Never.
But my
It's not
question
good for
wasn't
you.
answered. How many mythicals?
I'm not sure.
I mean, going by the first game, there was only like 2, wasn't there?
Yeah, I was going to say, because as the games have progressed, more and more mythicals have been added.
Yeah.
I don't think we should continue that.
No, definitely not.
Because I think the only mythicals in the first one was Mew if you did the glitch to get it, and Mewtwo.
Mm-hmm. And which, even then, Mewtwo's... Well, yeah, because Mewtwo's... I always thought Mewtwo was a legendary and not a mythical, but now that I'm thinking about it more... Oh, geez, I clicked the wrong button. Oh, well. Mewtwo's a mythical. Now, why it's gotten so much attention, I don't know, but still.
Why are we still here?
That's Jeffrey.
Please don't say that.
Let's be honest, the people who make Pokemon, they make their audience suffer because it's like we continue the question: is it this? Is it that? What is it?
The questioning isn't the problem. It's the shiny locks that are the most annoying problem.
Yeah. Why give us a shiny if we can't
You-
even get the shiny except through illegal means?
Well, it's a case of, for some of them, I don't think that they were even coded in, and it's just like,
Why are you like this?
why?
Hey, I've caught 100 fish.
Congratulations.
But I think it's definitely gonna be like, we want a few mythicals, but not too many. A situation.
Well, if we're doing 3 legendaries, I think we should have at least three mythicals.
Yeah.
So that was quote unquote even.
Yeah.
And also, Starax, no, it's not a feature, it's a problem.
I don't think we can. I don't think we can. It's not a bug. It's a feature that our way out of this one.
Yeah, no.
Oh, hey, coin bag. I'm gonna go gambling again.
You and your gambler. Ah. we're the try. Again, it's not a feature, it's a problem.
No dice.
If this thing actually flamethrowers again,
Oh, hey,
it's
I
gonna
got
be my own fault.
$250. I made profit.
Silver, that's the sign to stop.
But consider
That
I
is the
could get
sign to
more.
stop. That is the sign to stop. Oh.
Oh,
Come
I didn't get
on.
the Cranidos. Oh well.
Ah.
I bought another ticket.
I got a message. Who messaged me?
Who did?
I
Oh,
assume it's gonna be the cup boy.
there's a
No,
Pharisee.
it's...
There we go. Now I can at least tank one flamethrower and not have to worry about it.
Damn, I lost.
See? I told you. That was the sign to stop. Also, today I learned I can take down the Alolan Executors by myself. I am
Nice.
proud. Executor, I'm already terastallized. The rest of the team isn't going to terastallize. You're better off just trying to punch me in the face.
Bonk.
And considering this thing set up grassy terrain, I'm healing every turn too.
Oh no.
No, the healing is actually
Yeah,
a
no, I'm
good
saying oh
thing.
no for him, not for you.
Yes, you might want to call it ambulance, but not for me.
Call an ambulance, call an ambulance, but not for me.
Exactly. Anyway, now that the tangent is thoroughly over, is there anything else? Anything else at all?
Oh, let's see. We've
Or
discussed fossils. We've discussed legendaries and mythicals. At least in terms of like how many we want.
right. The hospital. What's that move called? The hospital. Right. Oh.
We discussed adding mega evolutions and not really coming up with a unique because that's a lot harder than you think.
Well, it's a case of I wouldn't necessarily worry about doing megas. I would do more convergent.
Yeah. I mean, again, I still want to have a couple megas because I do like megas.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to justify that in lore.
Because we said so. There's the lore.
Sir, we're going to need to justify that in lore.
The lore!
Like, remember, you're talking to somebody who actually has a degree in this shit. Justification, or at least an explanation, is everything.
I'm sure I can bullshit my way out of one somehow.
Of course you could. What about the rest of us?
That's a proper future us.
So many eggs. So many eggies.
All the
And still no shiny, unfortunately. Oh well. I'm just hoping I don't have to go to 803 again.
But I'm trying to think if there's anything else we've forgotten about. Fish bone.
At least until we get the decks together.
Yeah, because a lot of this does revolve around us figuring out the decks, like how many evolutions we get per person, what kind of typing, how those typings pair up with the gym leaders and the Elite Four. Like, a lot of this just revolves around us figuring out the Pokédex first.
Yeah. Though I would say, since we've got so many creators, each person will get one 3-stage evolution line and one 2-stage evolution line, if they so choose.
Well, I think it's going to be a mix because, again, a couple of people that have already made Fakemon on, I've given one stage because there just isn't a reasonable way to, or like giving them 2-stage or further because it's just like there's just
I did say if they so choose. So if there is a hey, I don't want this one to evolve, then this one doesn't evolve.
Yeah.
Like,
I had a bait again. God damn it. But yeah, it's. I'm trying to think of. Because we discussed we discussed starters. We still need to look into that, but that's gonna have to happen at a later time.
Yeah. It's like, so we
Are
still
we
need to
going
figure
to
out
do the
what
classic
we're doing
Route
for a water
1
starter.
creature?
So the classic Route 1 bird, Route 1 rodent.
Route 1 bug, all that stuff.
I would say the bug, yes. The bird, maybe. And then the quote-unquote mammal. Because I will admit,
Oh my
Lilliput
god!
and Purloin are not...
You good?
I just caught a huge fish.
Oh god, it's a sword on your stream. It's a giant tuna.
It's a massive tuna.
For a minute, I'm just like, did you actually get something? Or did you see something that I didn't? Huh?
Big fish.
I walked so slow with this.
Well, of course you do. It's huge.
But yeah, so we'll definitely do Route 1 bug. We may do Route 1 bird and probably Route 1 mammal.
Or at least a Route 1 mammal, because technically Generation 5 had 2 with Purloin and Lilliput and Patrat. So it's technically 3.
Okay, so are there any other classic tropes with Pokemon that like get brought up a lot when people make Fakemon region? I'm trying to.
Pseudo, fossil, and I don't know if there's any others that we haven't already talked about.
Yeah, I think that's all of the big ones. Okay, yeah. So I think that's mostly everything that we can cover right now in terms of phase 1 and phase 2, and obviously phase 3 will be like, do we want to develop this into full-on story with evil team, and if so, what's that evil team?
Yeah, phase 3 is effectively what is our story, what is our plot line.
Yeah.
And then 4 is just packaging.
Yeah. Stage 3 is the where do we go from here stage.
Yeah.
I think that's the majority of everything.
And it only took us around 2 hours. I'm not
shit,
kidding.
we actually stayed on track for once.
Goddamn here.
Well, kind of.
Listen, this is on track for us.
It really is.
I'm surprised that it only took us about 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, this is just like this is the bare bones of everything.
Still, I was expecting a little bit more of a no, I would like X, Y, and Z, and us not really coming together on a concept.
Well, again, like the biggest thing I want from this kind of Fakemon world is just it's based off of my friends. Like that's the biggest thing. So anything outside anything outside of that, I'm just like, yeah, I don't really have any big purposes outside of that. So like, please give.
Mm-hmm.
Give, please.
Okay, the sun is set up. I know he does have flamethrower, so I will have to keep that in mind. But ideally, we're just blasting this thing
Into oblivion with you! Ah!
That's a Jandiker ninja. I am very annoyed.
I'm currently just looking up prices to go on a train next month for my transgender stuff. It's actually a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be.
Nice.
Well, yeah, considering at least for the UK, I thought like train travel was like relatively.
It's relatively cheap. It gets cheaper if you have a rail card, which I don't. But it also depends where you're going from and to, and if you're going at peak or off peak times.
That makes sense.
And I assume that you found it. You've been able to pull it off in such a way.
Well, when I say peak and off peak, it basically means like peak times is usually like, you know, when in the morning and the afternoon when people go to work and come home from work, that's like the
Yeah.
rush hour.
Yeah,
That's the
right.
peak hours. So it's usually from about like 3 to about maybe half 5 ish,
Mm-hmm.
and then the rest of the time is off peak. But the only downside is if you buy an off peak or on peak ticket, it's only for those times.
Yeah.
So like if you got an on peak ticket, you can only get on either like the morning on peak or the afternoon on peak.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, that's why like a lot of people will usually buy off peak tickets.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time it's a lot cheaper.
Which makes sense.
But again, it also depends on like where you're going from and to, how far the distance is, if you need to do any changes. Which, by the looks of it, I'll need to make one change, both there and back. But that's not that bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not too.
Because one change, yeah, the one change I expected, because where I go, it goes to Birmingham, and then I have to get another train from Birmingham to wherever I'm going usually.
Mm-hmm.
Because my town's like not on the main line that goes through the middle of the UK. It's kind of like a subset line.
Yeah,
So I have to go to Birmingham if I want to go to anywhere on a central line.
makes sense.
At least you have that public transport.
Yes. Public transport over here, because we're a lot more close together, that kind of needs it. Whereas
Mhm.
over in America, it's a lot more spaced out.
Still, it would be nice to.
Come
It would be
join
nice
me!
to have something like that.
Yeah.
Come join me!
Sir, I do not have the means to.
But yeah, for a ticket there and a ticket back, it's only £35, roughly.
That's pretty
And
good.
that's cheap.
36 if I round it up.
Oh, I
And
got
that's
a
cheap.
massive seahorse.
Nice.
And that's
And
getting
then
me
I
from
fell in
here
the
to
water.
Nottingham, so... That's a big way.
Mm-hmm.
I can take a screenshot. If I put it in streaming, this is how far I have to go. I don't know why it set it to walking, but basically that line is how I gotta go. There we go. That's better.
Going to say, do they assume that you're walking the entire way? Because
I think it's because I set it to walking on the last result that I did. So send. There we go. That's train.
Mm.
So
Good
like
to know.
it's
Hey, look,
not
there's a
too
scyther.
far away. It's not too far away, but it's far enough away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even
That's a
think I've been
normal
to Nottingham
dog,
before.
man. If I remember correctly, you haven't. Mainly because we were talking about it at one point.
Let's see. Let's see if I can get a table seat.
And there's the rollout. That's a bit of a problem. There's the shield, which is arguably even worse. And there's the removal of the burn.
Now I remember my password, because I haven't used this website for a long time.
Oh no.
Well, to be fair, you haven't needed to until now.
Have a decent bunch of bunch of
I think we may have to go nuclear option on this, which... Okay, here we go. Terrestrialized into flying, brave bird.
Oh god.
There's a reason I call it the nuclear option.
Nuclear option.
Because it tends to knock me out. More often than not. Well, it worked! And I survived! Yay! Ow! It's like it smacked in the face. There we go. Well, I'm happy that I was able to help you, at least in terms of the quote unquote production of this little world of ours. Even if it was to kind of be that person of hold on, let's
Let's think this
let's
out.
dial it back a little.
Just hold up.
Think this out for a moment.
Exactly. Because it's a case of we always need one.
Yeah.
Okay, I need that one, and I need this one.
Again, the majority of the rest of this is just gonna be concept working the Pokédex, and then we can get into actually working on the rest of it.
Well, at least for the decks, we have ideas for the pseudo at least. So I think we
Yeah.
can start there. I think we can start there and then work our way out.
Yeah. Oh wow, it's raining.
Do I get e-tickets, which is free, or do I get a physical one?
Can you get both?
No.
Dang it, if you can't get both, then part of me is like you should probably get the physical ticket.
Yeah, like, I can get I can download the tickets so that I can view them offline,
Yeah.
because they can give you a file.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, do I get a physical copy, and that way I don't lose it?
That would probably be the best idea, to be completely honest with you.
Actually, I'm gonna go with e-ticket, because I misplay shit all the time.
There we go.
I think we'll probably go for like 15 minutes more on my end and then wrap up stream for today.
Alright.
Because we got a decent
Oh,
chunk
no wonder
of
it's so
progress
fucking
done.
cheap.
Why?
Apparently, it's like the 200th anniversary of their rail sale. Apparently, so it's like they get up to 50% off tickets.
Nice.
Nice. And Silver, just so you know, we have been going for over 2 hours already. So if you were thinking about meeting a certain quota, we kind of already have.
Well, I'm just saying that because around that mark is when I also got to go feed the dogs. So I'll end off stream when I have to go feed the dogs.
Yeah.
So we've got pretty much everything that we need to get done today done. in terms of just working things out for this universe.
Yep.
Yeah.
So right now, we vibe.
We vibe
We
for the
just
last bit.
vibe.
But yeah, it's definitely gonna be a just. Again, the Pokédex is gonna be probably the largest hurdle. Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing, when you have
But
to create an
even
entire dex from scratch, it becomes a very big hurdle to cover.
I thought we've been vibing. We have. It's just we had a direction before. Now we don't have the direction. So ah. um. But yeah, and even with the quote unquote chunk quote unquote Pokedex, if we break it into chunks based on what we already have, because we
Yeah.
already have a concept for the pseudo, we've already got a concept for starters. If we start with that and then work our way out, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Fortress. I don't know what to expect from you.
Yes, I know I'm catching fish in the rain. I'd like to catch specifically rain fish, if you wouldn't mind.
And what exactly is a rainfish?
Fish that only can spawn while it's raining.
Ah. For a minute, I'm like, my guy, that doesn't narrow it down.
Because I don't know how often it rains, so I'm like, I need to get rain fish while I have the chance. Give me rain fish. It's not giving me rain fish.
I
Hey,
mean, yeah.
finally gave me a rain fish.
Nice.
Have
What'd you
a
get?
gar.
Okay.
Gars are pretty big.
That's the first time I've heard of that fish. Like, I've heard of Arctic char, which can get decently big, but
Not a gar.
hmm.
Oh, I have a bucket hat.
Ah, your standard fisherman hat.
It gets a little wonky because of the mask cosmetic I'm wearing, but that's okay.
I mean, I would assume so. All right. You've got another egg.
No, the
Let's
rain's
see.
gone.
Turtwig! Still not shiny.
Damn.
At least Turtwig is cute. Just look at him. He's just nodding along.
He's just a guy.
Yeah. Ah! Hi!
Oh, hey, it's raining again. Or is it? Oh no, it's just raining over
Hello!
here now.
Oh,
Hello.
okay. I managed to get it slightly cheaper as well.
Oh, nice.
Really? How?
So the actual I don't know. I did something, but it's now cheaper. Um, so it was $34.40 for the actual trip, and then for the booking fee on top of that it was only like $139 extra. So I'm only paying like £36 altogether.
Nice.
Rounding that up to 40 just to make it easy.
Where did I
Roughly.
put my phone. Well, I'm rounding up to 36 because it's $35.79.
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Now let's hope I don't get bombarded by another Tauros. Or two.
The Taurus jump scares.
Hey, at least you're not Ash Ketchum. You get trampled by an entire stampede.
Seriously, what is with Tauros, Veluza, and Rufflet?
I don't know. They just
Those
hate your
three
guts if
in
you even
particular.
step near them.
Well, it's a case of they don't hate you. It's 2 out of the 3 groups spawning groups of 5, so they're a pain in the butt to avoid. And the other one is just freaking persistent. Sorry, I shouldn't be getting salty, but I am.
No, I feel you.
We feel your pain.
Especially when you're like desert hunting for something. Like the rufflets bombard you.
Yeah, it's like as soon as they see you, target acquired. Oh crap.
Lock on.
Cyndaquil. Still not shiny, unfortunately.
I'm still missing a lot of the salt water. How many of the 8 of the fresh? Okay, that's not.
Oh god.
Good.
You good?
Yep, dog.
Oh, again, I seriously hope I don't have to go to 800 eggs again.
Yeah.
Like, I like doing Masuda roulettes with you guys because it's easy enough to do and I can set it up ahead of time. It's just 800 eggs. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It takes a
It's a
toll on a
lot.
person.
It
Oh
really
my god!
does.
Holy shit!
Giant
Good.
tuna again?
You could say
Yeah.
that. It's a little big.
Sir?
Just a little bit. Oh god.
Just a
Sir?
little bit.
Did Silver break the game this time?
No, what the fish did though.
Again, did Silver break it this time? That's a Venture. What the hell? That's a Venture. What the hell? What? I'm sorry, what? And that's a pine cow.
Can I place? Yeah.
Oh. I'm probably gonna do some more hatching off stream as well, just because I have so many boxes. Like boxes 9 through 17 are full of eggs. So it's safe to say that I came prepared, dang it. I came prepared.
Apparently, this website says traveling by train emits 67% less CO2 than by car.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason why people actually bring it up as a alternative, which, yeah, it's great if you actually have a train system nearby.
That guy's there, and we'll put you over.
$7 million poke.
Okay, so now I gotta download the app to get these.
So, Coffee, if you don't mind me asking, is it a consultation or is it like actually
I don't know.
doing stuff?
It just says face-to-face appointment, so I don't know.
Dusk stone, that would be nice. And I've got plenty of herb sausages. Yes, please. I would like to join the auction.
Ooh, a Bidoof. There's a Bidoof in the chat.
Oh, God has appeared.
God is here to bless the stream. I got Stingray.
Well, I hope his blessing, I hope that I actually receive it.
So you don't have to go through all the eggs.
Well, no, it's a case of I'm going to go through all of the eggs eventually. I just hope I can manage to get something on camera.
Yeah.
Like, right now. That's the wrong button. That is the wrong button. There we go. That is the correct button. Okay, where are we going now? I do need to go up to there.
Oh, hey, I caught a sawfish.
There.
I caught the Bidoof.
There we go. Nice. Oh.
Then I caught a dogfish.
As opposed to a catfish?
I caught a catfish earlier.
I was making a joke. You know what? We will use the ocean and go from there. Because I
But
could find
with all that
something
said, I think we're gonna
alive.
end off stream on my end here. So I hope you all enjoyed the stream. If you did, make sure to leave a follow, and thank you so much for watching. And if you're watching this from over on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and comment down below for any game suggestions or any suggestions for the Fakemon universe we're making here. If you want to see more content from me, you can check me out both on my main channel, my VOD channel, as well as H's of Chaos. Do ye fucking mind?
No, I don't.
As well as H's of Chaos, where me, Coffee, and a bunch of other friends all get together and play chaotic games together. If you want to see when and what I'll be streaming, you can check out Blue Sky, as well as all my other socials, which are linked below. Of course, my buddies catch something now while I'm trying to end off my stream. I appreciate you guys, but what the hell?
Yep.
But I believe that is everything. You will probably see me this upcoming week, mainly Saturday right now. That's the only date scheduled, but I will be starting school as of next week, so there is a chance that there will be only late evening streams on Tuesday and Thursday. I'm not sure about other days. But
Scyther is really trying to start something with you, Sam.
Yeah, I know.
fish phone. I know. I'm working on it. But with all that said, god damn it,
Who are
Ad.
we rating today?
Let me see. There is.
Yeah. And on that note, because we did hatch a Cyndaquil during the outro, I think I'm going to wrap up as well, and then I will do a little bit more hatching off stream. If I do find something, it will go up on Dungeon Brewer Media, which, again, shameless plug. So don't necessarily worry about it. So, with all of that said, thank you to everyone who decided to pop in and listen to the three of us just kind of ramble on. Please make sure to leave a follow and ring that notification bell so you'll be notified the next time we are live. On the YouTube channels, make sure to like, comment, and sub over there so you don't miss any new content. VODs, at least for me, will be up within 1 to 2 days. It really depends on if I remember to put them up in the first place or not. If you are feeling particularly generous on my end, because I am not at affiliate yet, we're working on it, I have a Ko-Fi link in the About section of the...
Skyrock says y'all's rambling on why I'm here.
Thank you. Anyway, I do have a Ko-Fi link in the About section of the Twitch channel and in the description of the YouTube vids. any money generated through that link will go back towards the channel in some way. Additionally, I do have a link to a portfolio of stuff that I personally wrote. It is D&D homebrew stuff. I don't guarantee perfection, just something interesting for your next tabletop adventure. The next stream. I think we're gonna shoot. Well, I think we're gonna try to shoot for Tuesday again. Because that's just kind of been a consistent thing for me, and I like doing that.
Speaking of Tuesdays, I know because Silver, we're gonna be changing to Saturdays to do our group streams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to figure out how
I'm
to shift
thinking.
things along.
Well, I'm thinking of moving my streams usually on Saturdays to Tuesdays instead.
Oh, so in other words, I just stream with you at the beginning of the week as opposed to the end. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, with that being said, do you want to do day 2 of the Winter Shiny Race or not?
Yes. We can do
All
that on
right.
Tuesday. Because
All
next
right.
week,
That's what
I
we're
will
doing on
still be.
Tuesday then.
Yeah, next week I'll still be here. It'll be the week after that I think my dad wants me to take care of the kitties whilst he's away.
Yep. I figure I ask you now.
Which
So,
means a week of fluffy cuddles.
yep. So with that being said, I will see you all on Tuesday for the day 2 of our Winter Shiny Race. Until then, stay safe out there. Good luck to Silver and anyone shiny hunting currently, and see you all next time.
Hey.
On my end, we are gonna
Okay.
go raid Darkus. So be kind, be polite, show some respect, and I will see you all sometime next week. Bye.
Yeah.
Hey.